Hi everyone, the team at Surfans have sent me the F28 music player. I am super excited to have a look at this today. How cool is this box that it comes in? So let's have a look inside. Really nice box. Open. There we go. Wow. You can tell that they're really going for quality with this player. So we have the full hi-fi music player user manual, USB Type-C connection. That's amazing. And then here's the player itself. I'm really impressed with the packaging. That's awesome. A ribbon there to lift this out of the box. Just amazing. Wow. Feels like a quality piece of tech we've got here. Hear that little... even down to the little clicks. So we've got headphone jack here, we've got the volume up and down, power, looks like forward, back. And a little screen protector on there as well. I can't talk to how impressed I am about the quality of this straight out of the box. Now you might even choose to leave these screen protectors on. So I want to give you all the ins and outs on these buttons here on the side. So we have the power button at the top. 2 button is your status LED. 3 is your previous song or rewind. 4 is play, pause. 5 is next song or fast forward. The 6th position on this diagram is your headphone jack at the top there. The 7 is your balance output, which is that one there. Volume knob. Display touch screen, and then we've got the card slot and the USB-C Type-C charging there as well. You do actually have to put a memory card in there, which I'm going to do now. I'm going to go grab one, load up some music on it from my PC, put it into there. We'll be back in 2 secs just before we turn it on. Okay, so I've loaded some songs onto this 256 gig card. Now this will take up to 512 gig, and that's the equivalent of around 15,000 songs. So it will hold a lot. This 256 gig card will hold about half that, obviously, at around 7,500. So you just need something just to push this in, and you'll hear a little click. So I'm just using a dinner knife. You hear that little click, and you can see that that's perfectly in there now. It's not coming out unless you were to push that in again, and you'll see that it's now popping out for us to pull out and back in again. So again with the knife, just you hear that click. So we're now ready to turn this on. So we'll hold the power on button down. Okay, so it's asking us to choose our language. Really nice responsive screen on this. So we're going to choose English, and there we go. And I want to choose update database because we've put the card in with all the songs. So it's scanning through them now. While that's scanning, we'll talk about the 2 different headphone jacks. So you've got a 3.5mm and a 2.5mm. So depending on what connection you want to use, you've got all that available. Okay, so we've updated the database. Looks like we can set the time. We've got a battery indicator at the top here. We've got our Bluetooth settings. We've got our system settings here. So here we can change it between English. We can adjust the brightness. We can choose our themes. We can choose the theme colors. Lock screens, timer settings, choose whether you want the battery percentage up there or not. All looks really good. So we adjusted the date, time. You can even choose if you want the clock to display PM or not. Okay, this is system settings. So you can see, because we changed around with the theme, we've got a bit of a different theme here now. And we can go into folders. So we can see via the memory card, there's all the folders with all of our music in there. We can swipe, which takes us straight to our music player. We can go to folders. We can update our database. You can go to your favorited music that you've set into your playlist. They're nice and easy to get around. I'm really impressed with the UI on this. There's a lot of thought by the looks of it that's gone into this. Let's go to the Bluetooth settings. So the first thing I want to do now is click on Bluetooth. I'm going to turn that on. We can see that it's the F28. You can choose your different sound modes and quality. So many there. I'm just going to leave it on the standard for now. What I have here is my Bose Quiet Comfort 45. So I love these headphones. So I'm going to push this over and get these into pairing mode. And then on here, I'm actually going to just scan for devices. And there we go. Bose Quiet Comfort 45s. We're going to choose those. So we are connected. So I want to whack these on. I'm going to give these a quick test via the headphones. So we're going to go back and we're just going to find a track to play. Okay, it's coming through beautifully. Now if we click this, it'll pause. And yeah, if we slide to the left, we can see our 4 controls. So Mp3, it's track 14 and 15, goes for 3 minutes 41. You can see I've got all the controls here, forward and back. Now the middle button will pause and then play again. You can see our indicator that the device is on. And then we have our awesome volume controller at the top here. But you can also slide across the screen. I can tell you that song sounds amazing coming through my Bose Quiet Comfort 45s. What I do want to do is get another speaker to show you a little bit more. Okay, so welcome to the party, Ultimate Ears. So another awesome musical product. Let's get back into the menu here. So I want to go back, settings again, search for devices, and here's our Hyperboom. So we are now connected to the Hyperboom. So let's have a listen to our track. We can click back up here to go back. So there we go. I think this thing is absolutely incredible. Love the fact that it's USB-C. I'm going to give you a few specs here just to make sure I've covered everything off for you. So this is a high resolution audio player. It means it will play lossless music. It's PCM 24-bit or 384 kilohertz. It's native DSD 256 playback, as well as popular formats such as DSF, DFF, APE, FLAC, OGG, M4A, AIFF, AAC, WAVE, Mp3, WMA, and all the lossless music files. Bluetooth source. It has its own decoding amplifier and lossless Bluetooth transmission, which I think is great, which means that, you're going to get sound quality through your Bluetooth connection as if you were plugged in via a cable. You got the 3.5-inch touchscreen, and you've seen how responsive that is and easy to zip around the screen. I think that's awesome. It's a zinc alloy finish. Like I mentioned, expandable up to 512 gig. You are going to need a micro SD card to slot into here before you can use it to get your songs on there. That is one important thing to note, but it'll hold a ton of tracks on there. It's got 10 equalizers built in here as well. So you can see by the equalizer setting, you've got different custom equalizers that you can go into and adjust. So if you're an audiophile, I really think this device is made for you. It's got everything you could really need, as well as playing back all the really important music files, which are going to give you that lossless connection. Now, 12 hours of continuous play. It's got a 2000 milliampere battery in here, which is pretty impressive, and a 20-day standby. So how cool is that? You know, when you have parties and you've got your speaker, but you got your phone out, and then got music playing, and then all of a sudden someone's walked out of the room and you lose your connection to the speaker because they've walked away too far. This you can just leave outside. You're having a barbecue, you've got the one device to play all your music on. If you're going jogging or something like that, doesn't weigh too much. You're looking at about 215 grams. And yeah, you can just take this with you and not tie up your phone for phone calls and things like that, and keep the music going, which I really love. So if you're a fan of music, you're a fan of technology, like I'm really, really impressed with this, how intuitive the screen is as well. I really like that. So there you go. The Surfans F28 audio player. For me, this thing is a highly recommended.